So, hello and welcome to the New Gig podcast. I'm your host, Glenn Hodgson, and today I'm delighted to be joined by fitness coach for high performing professionals and entrepreneurs, Milica Jovanovic. How are you doing, Melissa?
Great, thank you. How are you, Glenn?
I'm doing very well. It's fantastic to have you on the program. Now, just begin by saying a little bit about yourself, what you're doing at the moment, and also a little bit about the journey that you've had over the recent years, too.
So I'm a personal trainer, a freelancer, popular said. I work with women, preferably, and I help them achieve their fitness goals, especially when it comes to health and physique. I also work with the busy moms and entrepreneurs, and I know how the busy lifestyle looks like, and I want them to achieve their maximum by basically increasing their performance in everyday life through
Yeah.
fitness. So that's a little brief about me, but how actually I began and how I finished and ended up here. My background is not in fitness at all. So basically, my background is in law.
Yeah.
So I finished a faculty of law, and I did all those demanding exams to become a lawyer, which took a lot of energy and time, bar exam and other stuff, apprenticeship, and it's very demanding basically, but I didn't like it at all because I didn't find myself in doing those things. I couldn't feel that I can support people and help people in achieve their goals basically, even as a
Mm.
lawyer, very conservative system that was not possible. So I was in fitness from an early age. I started as a trainer of group classes,
Yeah.
and I did as a student, as a part-time job. It was my passion. And it was always my dream to basically to make that as a primary source of income. But I was not getting support from my family, friends, or
Yeah.
anyone else. So basically, it was hard to make those turn to cut to basically to decide to be on your own with no finances at the moment and start all over again. So nobody was understanding why I would leave this stable and respectable career and becoming a personal trainer. It's not that it's not that. You're not basically sure about anything. You have a high seasons, low seasons. People come and go. You need to build everything from scratch.
Mm.
I basically decided that I had to do that for myself because it was my inner call,
Mm.
and that's how it went. Yeah.
And Melissa, in terms of your clients and partners, do you do online coaching or is it physical face to face? How do you what kind of services do you offer?
I basically combine these two. So I do online coaching as well as face-to-face personal training sessions,
Yeah.
and I find them both attractive in terms of work because I engage with my clients on a deep level. It's a truly nice job because you can change people's lives.
Yeah, you can.
To change people's lives for better because you provide them with the tools they can live their life on their best level. If they are, let's say, in a business, they can be a better business partner, or they can be a better mom, they can be a better spouse, wherever,
Yeah.
it makes them better in all terms.
Fantastic. And it's basically something as well that it's the whole life cycle here. It's looking at your training, but also it's the coaching in terms of food, the rest that you get. It's the all these elements that are so linked as well to make you perform in a work situation.
Yeah, yeah, I agree 100%. And basically, that's why I love the job I do at the moment because it's not only about the training. And to be a successful personal trainer, you're not only a good trainer, you need to be a psychologist and support, motivation, a good role model, because people won't
Yes.
trust you. It's
Yeah.
a specific industry, and you need to follow this sentence, lead by example,
Mm.
so people, they choose you because you're a good role model and the person you are. That's kind of an aspect of building a personal brand, which is not easy. It's slow, but it's very rewarding. Because if you build your personal brand in a proper way, you'll have this fingerprint. Basically, it's your authenticity, and people will recognize you because you're honest, and they connected with you because the way you think, you align with them, and yeah, those are the things, especially interesting when it comes to building a personal brand. That's why I think young people who come to this field, they need to be aware that the best thing they can do for themselves, even if they're on Instagram, is not to follow the trend, but to be themselves.
Yeah, because this is important because there seems to be, online coaches, physical coaches, there's lots of them, and finding the right match for you in terms of your body, lifestyle goals, and someone, as you say there, Melissa, someone you can trust who understands what you want, can actually be a guide, a psychologist, and a role model at the same time is absolutely vital.
Yeah, true.
And
And I can't say it's an easy journey to build a personal brand, and being an entrepreneur gives you a lot of value, and it's nice and rewarding, but still you have to consider many aspects that
yeah,
are behind the scene, basically being an accountant, a lawyer, managing
yes,
contracts, paying the bills, marketing, creating content. So it's not, only anatomy, biomechanics, how to program the trainings. It's many, many aspects that you don't see behind the scenes. And even if you're a good trainer, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily be a good entrepreneur in the
yeah.
fitness field. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's absolutely vital within that dimension that you talk about there. And also, as we say this, I mean, the utilization of getting out to customers and partners. Is it face to face, word of mouth by existing partners, or is it using Instagram and social media, TikTok, to be able to get out to the people that you need to gain to gain the market share?
Basically, I have to admit, my Instagram is fine, but it's not a very huge audience there. I have a lot of connections. Just it's not recommendations, but let's say the women, they see me doing PT sessions, and then afterwards they approach me in the gym and they ask me, "Oh, I see you doing a PT sessions. Would you be
Yeah.
interested to help me? I have this and this problem." And that's kind of engagement I get from in-person PT sessions. When it comes to online, women usually recognize my tone, my content, and they align with that, because I'm not going for let's say I have my age group, and I'm focused on women over 35. And
Okay.
if you talk to them, they're specifically, addressed, and then they find a way to send me a DM or to ask me a certain question. Then we get into conversation, and if we are aligned, we can, we can agree on certain terms to have an online coaching, or online trainings, because I do online trainings as well via
Yeah.
Google. Yeah.
Excellent. And I suppose that flexibility that you can fit in with the schedule of your customers. You can actually give them what they need when they want it, and be available through different means. And I think it's also interesting this really interesting this focus between the online and offline worlds, that one is linked to the other, and it's kind of that personal contact which seems to be so important and brings the business and brings the clients.
Yeah, I especially find it interesting. I see it's a new trend in fitness industry. It's something like a hybrid mode of work. Basically, when you work online and you meet your trainer once in a week or twice in 2 weeks or whatever agreed, and then you go through all important points of your workout program and technique, and then you move on without the trainer again,
Yeah.
and then you meet, you have online consultation, and you meet in person, you go through all important aspects of your workout program, and that's how it goes. So basically online it's expanding, but it brings new moments as well, which I'm happy with. I think a combination of both is the best option.
Yeah.
However, I like the thing that I can have a client anywhere in the world. So I'm not here on this market only. I can have a client in America, in
Yes.
Germany,
Yeah.
Asia, which is really, really amazing. I think
Mm.
Corona brought this to us. Basically, we realized we can work wherever. We're just basically
Completely.
our home is somewhere, but we are citizen of the world.
We,
Yeah.
we really are, Milica, and I think that's a really great way to view this. The possibilities are endless in terms of the marketplace, and also at the same time, you talked a little about the accounting, the paying the bills. What are kind of the best and worst elements of being a freelancer that you have experienced or you're thinking about?
I have to admit that it's not hard for me to manage all those boring things because I was
Okay.
alone. So it's very familiar to me. And even my organization skills are very good. I think sometimes I even think I'm better at organizing everything and managing everything. And then actually, this operational stuff makes me more tired. But it's
Okay.
pretty worse when I talk to my colleagues, because they're working as trainers, they're happy there, and they think, okay, I could try something on my own. And then they realize how demanding it is. So I have to admit, I'm not very, I'm happy with both aspects and I enjoy both aspects of the business as
Yeah.
well the opportunity to grow, because if you don't have those organization skills, you hardly ever reach the point to grow. You
Yeah.
have to see everything from above and then plan ahead. And every aspect of this is important for planning ahead.
Yes. Yeah, no, you need to do all these kind of elements. So you need to be disciplined. It is a job at the end of the day. It's a lifestyle, but also it's something you need to be able to sort of push. You need to be your own marketeer. You need to do your own accounting. You need to be doing so many jobs at the same time. So you need to be disciplined and need to be focused.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. You're your own boss. It's good and bad at the same time because you see, you have to push yourself.
Yeah.
It's a mindset, basically. Yeah, it's a
But
skill, I have to say.
it's something you enjoy. It's not just a job; it's a lifestyle for you as well, Melissa, which I think is really exciting to hear, and also the way you talk about it as well is fantastic.
Yeah, it is, and I was very limited in those corporate surroundings. I was very unhappy.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is going to sound, but I was always feeling that someone above me is trying to give me wrong directions. That it's not good
Okay.
for the company, and I have to follow this because just it's the structure of the corporate surrounding. So that's why I'm like, okay, I can do this better. And if I can do it, let's do it. So prove it. So
That
that's how I decided to start on my own, basically. It was one of the crucial points.
Exactly. And it's also something that needs a bit of confidence and a bit of courage to actually get started. Because you're not going to know everything. You're not going to have all the parts in place from the beginning. But you need to back yourself and be able to sort of push forward to be able to just get started, get moving, and actually sort of build something. And building a business and building a brand from scratch, which is tough. There's a lot of ups and downs, but it's also very rewarding as well, Melissa. I think you'd agree with the success that you've had.
Yeah, it's very rewarding. I wouldn't change it for anything else because you manage your own schedule, the clients you resonate with. It's both, it's exchanging of energy that you get from your clients and from your work. It gives you back so much more. It's not all about money. You have highs and lows,
Yeah.
but inner experience is really rewarding. That you're building something on your own from
Mm.
scratch, and you see it's growing. It's almost like a growing child. Yeah, there is no difference. As a mother, I can say that. Yeah.
And it seems to be as well, Melissa, that this is a popular trend as well. People want to move away from the 9 to 5 office work to actually creating something for themselves, being a freelancer, having a portfolio career. These seem to be lifestyle choices that are more and more popular.
Yes, they are for sure. And it all started with this Corona thing, I think. But
Okay.
yeah, people then realized, okay, this 9 to 5 is really boring. I'm selling my time for a very little money, and let's do it a different way. I can have more flexibility in this in my working schedule. I can be more with my kids or organize my tasks around that, so I think people they realize that, and after that moment there is no coming back. No,
Yeah.
it's expansion of the freelancers anywhere, but I think it's more of a psychological thing as well. Some
Yeah.
people they would never choose this part for themselves. It's basically how they prefer to live their life. On the other hand, you mentioned it's a lifestyle. Some
Yeah.
people they would always choose this insecurity for the reward that comes from that, So basically, what type of person you are.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's the kind of thing that you have to seek out discomfort. You have to almost challenge yourself as well, and find something that makes you happy, and makes you feel rewarded as well as fulfilled. And it's not a case of just the money. That's one element of it, but it's the whole sort of lifestyle and actually sort of feeling that you've got a role, and the fulfillment and satisfaction that you get from this.
Yeah, that's true. I agree 100%. Yeah.
And for yourself, Melissa, what's the thoughts for the future? What's the next steps and the goals? Is it growing the business? Is it owning your own gym? What's the thoughts? What does the future have in store for you?
A crucial moment, not having my own gym. It's not my goal. It was like 10 to 15 years ago, maybe. But now, when I realized what's online and how it's amazing, I don't want to have my own gym. True to be
Yeah.
said. I don't know if it would change in the future. At this moment, I just want to expand my clients base on all continents. To work
Yeah.
with as many women as I can, different types of women, different lifestyles, problems, health problems, fitness goals, and to help them to achieve those goals with me. And
Yeah.
basically, that's my goal, yeah. And having mentioned that, I was like, at some point of my life, I felt like I'm stuck here and
Hmm.
I'm happy, I want to move abroad, and those kind of thoughts. But at the moment, I don't feel like that at all because of the career I have chosen.
Yeah.
And now I see all the opportunities I have to communicate with all those people, women around the world, basically at any given time, and to help them and provide them with my services. And that's how I see myself in the future. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. And what are the top bits of advice you'll give to someone who was not necessarily in the fitness industry, but someone who's actually thinking of becoming a freelancer? Maybe they're sat in a 9 to 5 job right now. They're not really enjoying it. They feel like they're bored, they're unmotivated, they're unfulfilled. What would you say to them in terms of the advice that you would give in terms of moving forward with their lives?
Just go for it. Trust me, it's easier than it looks like. Okay, I have to admit, first year and a half, it's hard, but it goes just upwards. You know, you don't, once you start, it's all set up for you basically. You're so if you are focused on your goal, you have some vision in front of you, you'll follow that vision. You won't see all those obstacles around you.
Yeah,
It will become your steps basically, you know. And yeah, it looks terrifying at the moment, especially that nobody supports you. I think
yeah,
that's maybe the worst moment of the journey, because sometimes you feel nobody understands your vision and you know you're left alone with that. But just go for it, because time passes quickly,
yeah.
and you turn back, you either achieved it or you just stayed in the place, you know, where you don't like.
I think so. And I always believe it's better to regret doing something than to regret not doing something. And I think that that frustration which comes along with that is something to avoid. So I think that's great advice to just start where you are, use what you've got, and get going.
Yeah, we don't need basically in online business. We don't need that much resources. You know, you have apartment, you have a laptop, you have let's say you have a basic knowledge of marketing, and you start
Yeah.
creating content. It won't be perfect at first. You won't get that many ideas, but as you communicate with your clients from on a daily basis, you'll get more and more ideas of their preferences, and that's how you're going to create a new content for them. And basically, that's how your marketing will expand. And that's it. Basically, you need to know how to create the content,
Yes.
basic mobile phone, maybe a microphone, or you know, wherever you do. Is it a coaching? Is it a fitness, or some
Yes.
other type of service you provide? Maybe
Fantastic.
for some specific brand or clothing or stuff like that, you need some investments
Yes.
to first and then to sell it. But even with drop shipping, you can do without any investments. If you agree with me, yeah.
So you're planning on a clothing line next as well, Melissa?
I mentioned that, yeah. Maybe I'm thinking about it, yeah. Something in, you know, here in my head for a long time. I'll see one by one, because I do a lot of things at a time.
Yes.
Some PFs, coaching, corporate wellness, and I would love to have a clothing brand. Why not? Maybe.
Why not? Yeah, no, put the steps in place and build. I think that's fantastic. Well, Melissa, it's been absolutely brilliant having you on and explaining your journey, your story, what you're doing, and also providing inspiration to other people who are maybe thinking about taking a similar path. So thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Glenn. It was my pleasure. It's amazing thing you do this podcast. You have my full support, and yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much indeed, and we'll speak soon.